Hey everybody, welcome to Bullseye Channel. I hope you're doing well. Today, we're just gonna have a short video, and we're gonna show you something new that I got. This is a 22 conversion 1911, but it's not just any 22 conversion 1911. It is a Bob Marvel custom. Look at that. I picked this up off of a forum a little bit ago, and we're going to take just a little tour of it. We're going to take a tour, but I wanted to kind of give this to you. So what do we have here? What we have here is an Advantage Arms 22 conversion. I can't remember if the Marvel conversion came before or after the Advantage Arms, or if it was Marvel and then Advantage Arms, and then the Marvel name passed to Firking. Somebody help me out here in the comments and let me know. But a couple of things strike me about this one, other than the fact that it's got some pretty cool marking. So obviously you got the Bob Marvel custom pistols insignia, as well as Marvel Custom Pro there. I've already scratched it. And then 17. I don't know how many of these were made. I think it was like 20 or 25. And then it comes with both ribs. When I purchased it, it came with both ribs, the iron sight, which is what I have on it now. You can swap by just taking those screws out. And then also the rail for a red dot. So really has everything you'd want. It's got shark skin grips, which is what I prefer. And it's got this nice little two-tone. What a wonderful two-tone. Now, something that struck me when I was looking at it, two things really. The first was it has this very, very, very pronounced and long bull barrel. I do not remember the Advantage Arms having a bull barrel this long, so I'm guessing that this was like a special request for this run of pistols, but it's almost like obnoxiously protruding, you know. And then the other thing was clear. Look down here. It has a magwell. A magwell for a 22 conversion is pretty rare. But then the other thing I realized was, if I go here, you can see the mainspring housing first. Just look how beautifully blended that is. But if you look, there's the mainspring housing, which means that this magwell is not typical in that it doesn't attach to the magwell. I'm sorry, the mainspring housing kind of come around here. It is actually machined into the frame, and I have never ever seen that. Mercifully, the grips that Bobby chose to use still have cut out, so you can take your pistol apart pretty easily without removing your grip panels. Other than that, it's got your sort of typical scratching. I've seen this on my Chambers Custom, and then it's got these. Are these Marvel cut? I know the Marvel cut is in there, but is this what's this called? You know, in the vein of Bob Marvel isms. It's got it on the front and it's got it on the back. Flat. I prefer arched, but you know, it is what it is. The blending is wonderful, as you can see. Let's go ahead and let's try out that trigger. Very light, which is what you would want and expect. Let's go ahead and measure it. Give me one moment. All right, let's go ahead. Just under 2.5 pounds. Or maybe it's we'll just say it's at 2.5 pounds. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's definitely makes weight. All right. Anyway, the other thing I noticed is that the slide stop is really, really big, which is nice, right? You know, if ever those of you ever use the slide stops, it's kind of big. I don't know if this was like a, you know, drawn shooting, you know, pistol, if I'd want that, but for this purpose, I think it works pretty well. It is the lockback. It came with the, ooh, that rung my ear a little bit. It came with the plastic mags. I tried to use the, oh heavens to Betsy, where'd you go? Oh, I don't have it, but the magazines that are the Colt Ace, and yeah, it kind of worked, but I think I'm just gonna stick with the plastic ones. It came with one plastic one, and I think a .71 50-yard test target. So in terms of ammunition, SK Pistol Match Special doesn't really seem to like this that well. That's the first pistol I've ever had, so I've had a few failures to feed. In typical sort of Marvel fashion, it's kind of when it's to the rear, and if you don't let it really rip in there, it's not going to seat all the way. It does have a fiber optic front sight, which obviously is not great for bullseye, but you can get black fiber optics, and you know, there's an advantage, I guess, just in blinking for this. CCI standard velocity seemed to work well, so that's all good. But in general, I also like that it's got like a little bit of a heel here. It's just a handsome piece, right? Trigger. Really needs to roll there a little bit, but it's so light. Sometimes it's hard to tell with light triggers. What do you think? Do you own one of the other ones of these? And is it special? I think it's special. Anyway, hope you're doing well. Hold hard, shoot straight. 3 rules for life. Rule 1, don't be a jerk. Rule 2, take care of yourself. Rule 3, help other people. Thanks and have a good day.